Good afternoon. Welcome back to Trust the Rust. Today it's Memorial Day weekend and we're getting ready for our local parade. It's called our Farmers Day Parade, held in Lynden, Washington. This year it's going to be held June 3rd, a Saturday. So today's Saturday, so next weekend on Saturday is our parade. My daughter, she decided, hey, I want to be in the parade. It's like, great, I want to go to tractor pull. Well, I guess we're going to the parade. So we're gonna get this moved over to the shop, get the battery charged up. She needs to wash it. My gooseneck trailer that I'm gonna haul the two tractors with, it's still muddy from the plow day, so I'll bring that over. We'll get that pressure washed. Yeah, we're just doing a little cleanup and preparation as the week's going to go by fast and we're not going to have a lot of time, so this weekend's the best time to do it. So anyway, I'll get you set up. I'm going to have to hand start this one, hand crank it. The battery's only like a year or two old, but it's not holding the charge, it seems. So we'll get you set up and we'll start this thing. So if you've never started Minneapolis Moline, this is the sequence. Turn that to start and give it a little choke. Make sure she's in neutral. Hand clutch, so the hand clutch is back. The hand crank stored right there. And you can see that's a bunch of bird crap all over it. Birds like to sit up on the highest point and look for food or predators. So you set up here. Also, don't forget to turn the gas on right here. Otherwise you're gonna get wore out. Yep, super dead. Doesn't even click. So hopefully there's enough charge in the battery to run it, because distributor needs power from the battery to run. If you have magneto, you only need to get it started. The magneto will provide its own charge. But this distributor drive, so it has to have a battery. If the battery is dead, that's fine, you can hand start it, but if it's not enough charge in it, if it's like flat dead, the tractor's not going to run. So if you've never hand started anything before, we'll go over it real quick. You never want to wrap your thumb around the crank, because if this thing backfires, it'll break your thumb. And if you're too close, it'll get you too. So keep your thumb on the same side as your fingers, not enclosed like that. So around, I can start at the bottom and pull up. So if you're pushing down in this manner here, if you're pushing down here and it decides to backfire, you could break your arm and maybe even your jaw. So I like to hook at the bottom and pull up. You always want to make sure you put your fuel crank back so you don't lose it. Come with the clip. So we got to put the choke in a little bit. It's a little fussy, a little cold, but just got to play the choke. It'll warm up. So next up we'll get it parked over here so we can wash it. So Rand's out finishing up washing the tractor. So this tractor here, this is like a 1950 or 1951 Minneapolis ZAU. So it's a Model Z. It's about 35 horsepower. Has U stands for the narrow front end. So it's a narrow front row crop. So this one's been sitting here for 2 years. Runs good when it's running. So I got some gas for it, charged up a battery sitting there on the tire. I remember this one having problems not wanting to start because not getting power to the ignition, which is probably just the switch. So I gotta fiddle with that switch just a little bit. Now to get in there, as you can see, Cheyenne's in the way. They're tucked in here pretty good. Look at that sweet front tire. Holds air though. And this is the one, if you go back several videos, that I think it's the first one I put on on YouTube, is sitting there idling, blowing flames, because the exhaust manifold had like an 1/8 inch gap between the manifold and the block, and it was just sucking air and just blowing flames. It was cool, but I never worked it like that. I just drive it around the yard and putz around with it. But so that's been what, maybe 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I think I actually worked on the tractor. So that short was a old video of this blowing flames. Now maybe 3 years ago. So anyway, now we're gonna try and get this started, because I need to get this one out here, and that's what this tractor is what I'm going to move the equipment around the yard to mow in and under and around. And then Princess, that shiny R out there that Rand's washing, that's going to park here for the rest of the week and after the parade too. That way the birds aren't crap on it. I don't mind if they crap on this one, but got shiny paint, and paint on that starting to dull from just being out in the sun too much. It's not a real high quality paint, so be good to get that inside anyway. So I need to somehow, I need to get through there. So I'm gonna put you guys are gonna go up and over. I'm gonna try and suck my gut in. There we go. Okay, you're gonna fly like Superman. Okay, now you're gonna do a somersault. This ain't Nitro Circus. Don't hang there so long. All right, come on down. Easy does it. There we go. So, gotta get the battery in here. I might as well turn the fuel on while I'm here. Okay, that's on. Let's see, the positive ground. So the negative goes this side. I don't know if you can see all that. Right there. There's my ground, this positive ground system. So we'll put that on before we slide it in. Twist it on. We'll slide it in. Again, we'll slide it in. Put you down. It's a two-hand job. Getting a good shot of my shoulder. Put that on. So you stay here. I'm going to go to the other side. Try and squeeze through this again. Come over here and put some gas in. So it's been in dry storage, so hopefully this will start up easy enough. Like I said, it's been a couple years. I think the switch started to work better as I used it. It was easier to get it to start. So hopefully that's still the case. If you don't know by now, if you haven't played with old stuff much, you can always bet that anything that you don't use on a regular basis, equipment wise, lawnmower, weed eaters, leaf blowers, chainsaws, tractors, cars, trucks, if you don't use it, what's the worst thing you can do to them? I mean, it's terrible. They start to, there's no lubrication. It gives it a chance to freeze up and lock up with a little bit of moisture in the wrong climate. And you could be under a barn or a shed, but if it's a wet area, leaky roof and all, it's going to give you a hard time. Now, granted, I don't have heat in here yet, but it is nice and dry storage. So let's give this thing a spin. See if we can get this thing to cough to life. Oh, it's not liking that. Not liking that at all. Okay, somewhere I have a dirty connection. Oh, almost. Oh, we're getting closer. Somewhere I don't have a good enough connection. It starts to, but as soon as it takes load, it kicks it back out. So there's definitely juice in the battery. As you can hear that big thud. But the thing is, tractor's wedged in here to where I can't hardly get to it. And I could pull it out, but it's been sitting here so long, I don't know that if I could push it out. Ooh. Good grief. Getting closer. Alright, let's see if I can't wiggle that ground a little bit more. Boy, holy cow. When you work on these things on it regularly, you kind of know what side to go to where to get to the different parts you're trying to work on. Alright, that made it worse. Yeah, if I'd check the oil while I'm here. It's full. Sheesh. Jungle gym in here. I got a old hydraulic tank that's, because this had a loader when I got it. This tank right here, right in my way. And I'm looking for that switchway braille. Oh, the button, there it is. Somewhere. time I think I'm getting closer, I'm getting a little farther away. Oh, get my hand back out. So it's definitely the ground that's giving me problems. Try that. No, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. Yeah, I'm just staring at the lights. Don't worry about me. Okay, try it again. So, like I said, I don't know exactly what's going on. I can't see everything. I mean, it ran when I parked it. Ha! So it should run, right? All that talk about dry storage. I don't know, maybe I've got a bad ground cable. Well, I'm gonna have to stop here and figure this out because I'm not making any progress. So we'll be right back. Well, you wouldn't believe it. I came over to your side of the tractor with that ground cable. Got to turn over. Had to reach all the way over and down here to the carburetor. I don't have a choke cable on this tractor. Hit the choke and it popped right off. So I think I had the camera off for about 30 seconds. It's just sitting there purring. Listen to that. Okay, well, see how nice and oily that is? That's called the rust prevention program. That means that'll never rust. At least not that spot. Alright. So, when I got this tractor, the hood was caved in. So I took the hood off and I put it in the gravel and I stomped on it and beat on it and straightened it out pretty good. Still have a couple little dents here. Tank is caved in. So what happened is the roof, the storage building that it was in at one point, caved in and smashed it. Apparently the steering wheel was sitting about like that when the roof came down and smashed that. But with that pulling tractor I'm building, still in the reverse, that pulling tractor I'm building, it has a good steering wheel. So I'll take that wheel off. I'll put it on here sometime. I hear people complaining about driving these tractors with one hand, but I've never tried it. We'll go park it out in the grass, but first we'll take it for a little drive around the loop. Hey, there's our front flower bed. Wife and daughter just, my daughter cleaned it, and then she wanted to do starts for acorn squash. So all the sprouts out there, that's acorn squash. That is so good with butter and brown sugar. Ooh, bake it in the oven. Man, now I'm hungry. Great. Talk about it, now I'm hungry. Should have known better. So next up, we're gonna pressure wash the trailer. We'll get this part first. I'm gonna back up to that harrow. If you've never driven a hand clutch tractor or anything, put that in neutral. Well, no, we'll put it in a different gear. We've got to back up. We'll put it in reverse. Start sliding that, and some clutches are touchier than others. If you start sliding that, this is called the over center clutch. It'll start to move here, but to lock it into place, now take it out of here. To get it to stay in, to keep the clutch engaged, it gets right about here. You can hear the engine change. The clutch, the PTO is running right now. This is the over center right here. Clicks into place. Now it moves back, but that is engaged. So now you got to give it a tug to get it out. Then we'll put it back in gear. If you don't know this either, these old tractors don't have bevel cut gears. They're all square cut. There's no synchronized. No synchro gears. That's what I'm getting at. There's the harrow. We'll just get close. Put her in neutral. That's also what you get for not running them. Whew. Well, she's never done that before. Huh. So it, I know it's got oil. I know it's got oil because oil's running down. This thing has a leak between the cylinder blocks somewhere. Anywho, unless the timing's off. You know what? It should have. Oh, well, if you look down there, maybe she's getting warm. I mean, it's wet in there. Huh. Guess I'll have to put some antifreeze in it. Runs good enough. I don't want to just keep water in it and take a chance of cracking it. Like I said, no heat in the shop. I don't want to crack the blocks, so yeah, runs good. So anyway, next step is we need to clean the shop floor because that thing leaks oil. We'll get that cleaned up, and then we'll put Princess's Model R tractor in the shops so birds don't crap on it anymore. Then we'll pressure wash the trailer. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Well, the parade project is done for the day. Got everything washed. Didn't think it would take that long, but thinking about it, you know, if my daughter wanted to go on the parade, then she should wash a tractor. Of course, she needs to get comfortable driving it too, which she did a little bit of that, a little bit today, which I didn't get any footage of that because I was on the platform instructing. I could have got it all done a little quicker, but if you don't stop and take the time to teach somebody that's interested in something like this, you know, I want to drive a tractor in the parade. I want to go to tractor pull. Well, if she's interested in going into a parade, then well, she's been in one. She's never gotten the drive in a parade. So it's like, let's skip the tractor pull. And this one was in Port Orchard, Washington. It was a one-day pull. It's the same day as the parade, so we're going to the parade. She wants to do that. She washed it today, as you saw in that quick video or quick segment. I got the trailer washed up. This thing actually wouldn't start. I had it started after she washed it, and I was afraid she got water in the distributor. She didn't. It's just the battery was so dead. There's not enough juice there to make contact with the points to keep the engine running. So, charge it up. Charger's still on it on trickle charge. It'll be ready for next weekend. The other tractor we're taking will be the WC, so I'll follow her with that. And I'll take a tow strap just in case one of us breaks or somebody breaks. Nobody wants to get stuck in the middle of a parade, right? It's supposed to be nice weather. Again, that's our Farmers Day Parade in Lynden, Washington. That's June 3rd, so that's this coming Saturday. Hope everybody's having a good holiday weekend. Remember our fallen for our freedoms. What have you guys been up to this weekend? Friday night we went out to our local mini sprint track, Deming Speedway. We watched a local favorite, or from our school, girl that goes to school with my daughter, McKenna Morgan at Morgan Motorsports. And I'll put a clip in there so you can see a little bit of zoom instead of these pokey old tractors. So, and she did good. McKenna did good. This is her first year in the 360, in the 600 restricted class. I thought she did good. She qualified. She ended up in 10th in the main, and she almost had 4th. The guy squeezed her out hard. I mean, she had to check up on the brakes, or at least from my perspective, it looks like she had to check up on the brakes, otherwise they're going to wreck. She seems to be pretty level-headed when it comes to driving. Well, you know, while you're driving, because you know you got to fix the car because you don't have a pit crew. So she's a pretty good driver. It was fun to go watch. I'd say go support your local racetrack, drag racing, oval track, figure 8, demolition derbies. Go see that stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. The only thing that we have left to do now is load them up. We'll do that later in the week so the birds don't poop on the tractors. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.